In the little village of Bramblebrook, evening always arrived like a warm blanket. Windows blinked on like friendly fireflies, and the air smelled like bread and pine needles. Pip loved this moment most because it made the whole world feel safe and full of secrets. Inside Pip's cottage, the tiniest workshop in the village clicked and clinked with quiet inventions. Pip wasn't looking for trouble, only for interesting things that needed a little care. When he opened a forgotten box under the table, a brass lantern rolled out as if it had been waiting. Pip leaned in closer, expecting nothing more than old oil and dust. But the lantern gave a gentle ting. Not loud, not scary, just polite. Then, like a secret shared between friends, Pip heard a whisper that sounded like wind learning to speak. Lantern. Kind words make brave light. Whispers. Pip. Did you just talk? The whisper didn't vanish. It stayed, patient, steady, like it had a plan. Pip held the lantern up, and the glow leaned toward the village path as if tugging on an invisible string. Pip swallowed his nervousness and nodded, because sometimes the kindest adventures begin with a small yes. Pip. All right, we'll go together. The path beyond Bramblebrook was friendly in the day, but at night it could feel like a long question mark. Mist curled around Pip's ankles, and every rustle sounded bigger than it should. Still, the lantern's glow stayed calm, and Pip matched that calm with his own small, steady steps. At the next bend, Pip heard a tiny sniffle, quick, embarrassed, and trying to hide. He lifted the lantern slowly so the light wouldn't startle anyone. Behind a berry bush, a fox kit with cinnamon fur and big ears blinked at him like she expected trouble. Pip. Hi, I'm Pip. You look like you could use a friend. Saffron. I lost my way. Pip remembered the whisper. Kind words make brave light. So he didn't ask why Saffron was alone, and he didn't sigh or scold. He just spoke softly, the way you speak to a frightened heart, until the lantern answered with a brighter, braver glow. Pip. It's okay to be lost. It's also okay to be found. Saffron. Can I walk with you? Pip. Please do. The creek was only a whisper of water, but the stones were slick and wobbly. Pip went first, testing each rock with careful paws, then held the lantern low so Saffron could see the dry spots. They crossed like a team, one step at a time, and the lantern's glow stayed steady, like it trusted them. Saffron. Thank you for waiting for me. Pip. Of course, we go together. A soft fluttering led them to the base of an old tree where brambles grabbed at anything that moved. A little owl was stuck, not badly, but enough to make it tremble with panic. Pip didn't rush. He spoke calmly. and with careful fingers and patient pauses, he set the owl free without hurting a single feather. Pip, you're safe. We've got you. Owl, who? Thank you. As the owl flew away, the lantern glowed like it had just taken a happy breath. The circle of light widened, and suddenly the trees didn't look so mysterious, just tall and quiet. In that brighter glow, a hidden wooden sign appeared, pointing them toward the old bridge, as if kindness had uncovered it. The old bridge wasn't broken, but it felt guarded. A troll sat at the entrance, not giant or scary, just grumpy, like a storm cloud that forgot how to move on. Pip could have tried to sneak past, but the lantern's whisper reminded him, brave light doesn't come from sneaking. It comes from kindness. Troll, no crossing. Everybody stomps and splashes and never says sorry. Pip, I'm sorry that happened. Can we make it better? Pip listened, really listened, while the troll explained how the bridge stayed wet and slippery after careless feet. Pip didn't roll his eyes or hurry him along. Instead, he offered a cloth from his satchel and promised they would cross gently, leaving the bridge safer than they found it. Pip, we'll cross softly and we'll dry the stones after. Saffron, and we can say thank you too. Troll, maybe. They crossed slowly, placing each step like a promise. Saffron whispered thank you when they reached the middle, and Pip nodded to the troll with genuine gratitude. The lantern answered with its brightest glow yet, painting a gentle golden path over the stones, like the bridge itself was proud to be treated kindly. Troll, you're the first to say thank you in ages. Pip, then I'm glad we met. Beyond the bridge, the trees opened into a clearing that felt older than the village itself. A circle of stones sat in the grass, and tiny mushrooms glowed like friendly nightlights. The lantern's whisper grew clearer, as if it recognized this place like a memory trying to come back. Lantern, whisper, set me where kindness gathers. Pip, where kindness gathers, that must be the village? Just as the idea clicked in Pip's mind, the wind decided to argue. Leaves spun through the air and the sky darkened into a heavy, rumbling gray. Pip wrapped both paws around the lantern, not to keep the light for himself, but to protect it, because brave light was needed most when the night got loud. Saffron, what if it goes out? Pip, then we speak kinder, and we try again. They found shelter beneath a giant root arch, like the forest had made a small room for them. The owl returned, not because it had to, but because it wanted to. In the close, warm space, Pip realized something important. Kindness isn't only what you do, it's also what you share when you're waiting out the storm together. Owl, who? You help me, I help you. Pip, that's how it works. While the rain whispered above them, Saffron looked at Pip the way friends do when they notice something brave. She didn't laugh at his shaking paws or his muddy scarf. She simply told the truth kindly, and the lantern brightened as if it loved honest goodness more than any fuel. Saffron. You're really brave, Pip. Pip. I'm brave because I'm not alone. The thunder wandered away, bored of being ignored, and the rain softened into quiet drips. Pip stepped out first, watching the puddles catch the lantern light and turn it into tiny stars. He took that as a sign. Even after rough weather, light can multiply, especially when it's carried with care. When Bramblebrook finally came into view again, it looked different. Not because the village changed, but because Pip did. He had seen how easily fear can shrink a path, and how easily kindness can widen it again. As he lifted the lantern, the glow reached the first cottage doors, and friendly faces began to appear. Villager. Pip, is that your light? Pip. It's everyone's light, if we're kind. In the town square, Pip found an empty post meant for lanterns that never lasted through windy nights. He set the whispering lantern there carefully, like placing a promise in the middle of the world. As villagers gathered, they began speaking kindly to one another. Small thank yous, soft apologies, brave compliments, and the lantern drank in every word like sunshine. Lantern, whisper, here, kindness gathers. That night, Bramblebrook's paths didn't feel like question marks anymore. They felt like invitations, bright, friendly, and easy to follow. Pip watched neighbors help neighbors, and he understood the lantern's secret. The light was never only inside the brass. It lived inside the way people treated each other. Child, thank you for the light. Pip, keep it bright with your words. Later, when the square was quiet again, Pip stood beneath the lantern and listened. There was no whisper now, only a steady, brave glow, like it didn't need to remind anyone anymore. Pip smiled, because the message had landed where it mattered most, in the village, in the path, and in every kind voice that kept the night gentle. Pip. Good night, Bramblebrook.